that dough. I like that, Paul. Let's do it again. I will make that dough. Doing what I know. And those who laugh. And those who laugh. Can kiss my assets. Okay? You guys have been great. Thank you very much. God bless you. Take it out. You guys are great. Thank you very much.
I first met Victor at a conference he was giving here in South Florida, where I live. After the conference, we learned we had several things in common. For one, we were both from large Puerto Rican families, and secondly, neither of our families had very much money when we were growing up. We spoke about the possibility of one day working together and kept in touch thereafter. A couple of months ago, I got a call from Victor. He told me that he was going to be the keynote speaker at the National Conference for the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. He asked if I would take my camera and accompany him from his home in Georgia up to Philadelphia, where the conference was to take place, and document his experience, sort of like a weekend in the life of a motivational speaker. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, the self-improvement market is $1 billion industry. That's billion with a B. And I was always curious about the motivation of a motivational speaker. Did they really care whether you succeeded or failed, or were they in it just for the money? So the Friday before he was to speak at the conference, I flew up to Georgia and met Victor at Atlanta's International Airport, where he was also flying in from a speaking engagement in another city. From there, we drove to his home in Alpharetta, and that's where our story begins.
You know, after a week home with him, I'm ready to send him off again. He's a little Victor goes a long way.
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in Chicago, as you know. And I always get the question, Victor, do you have a green card?
He's not a normal dad, that's for sure.
What do you think I say to that? No. But I do tell him I have one. It's called American Express.
What you see out there is how he is at home.
You often see a lot of speakers use notes. You know, if you use notes, you suck.
Because people always ask me, Victor, you know, how did you get out of the hood? How did you get out away from the gangs? How did you get away from the drugs?
A speaker is a solo job. It's one of those things where it's you.
You think that I would go to college just to get a job for money? You think I'm that shallow? You would be correct.
Some speakers, there's no creativity. My God, find some new material. Use your personal experience to what? Really tell people a different story.
We have so many people that need to go back to the ghettos and help that one kid like me. It's not always about money. A lot of it is about time. To let these kids see that just because they are where they are doesn't mean they can't go where we are.
There's nothing new in the world of motivation as far as new material. The only thing new is how you deliver the content and make it more impactful on the individual, period.
I think it's egotistical to think that I can change somebody's life. You're part of the success process, and you're not the pivotal point. You are just throwing a stone in the water.
This is why I do what I do. Because I want you to be successful. I want you to go out and make your money. Because I want you to build your own companies, rise to the top, do whatever you got to do. And here's the second reason I want you to be successful. Because then I want you to help somebody else build their company and rise to the what? The top.
I think everything comes down to the crowd, whether they'll react, and the stage.